Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more members of the 118th Congress. Today, we are looking at Senator Peter Welch, who is the senator, one of the two senators for the state of Vermont. He is a Democrat. And before he took office, he was preceded in office by Patrick Leahy. Now, let's go ahead and look at who he is as an individual. He was born in Springfield, Massachusetts on May the 2nd, 1947. Graduated from Cathedral High School in Springfield, Massachusetts. Earned an AB from the College of the Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts in 1960. Oh, it doesn't say. Well, yeah, in 1969. Sorry, I was getting confused there. Earned a JD from the University of California in Berkeley, California in 1973. Has been a private practice lawyer. Member of the Vermont State Senate 1981 to 1989. And 2002 to 2007, minority leader of the Vermont State Senate 1983 to 1985, president pro tempore of the Vermont State Senate 1985 to 1989, and 2003 to 2007, had an unsuccessful candidacy for nomination to the 101st Congress in 1988 before being elected as a Democrat to the 110th and 7 following Congresses, and was not a candidate for re-election to the House of Representatives, but was elected as a Democrat to the U.S. Senate in 2022 for the term ending January 3rd, 2029. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Conservation, Climate, Forestry, and Natural Resources, the Subcommittee on Livestock, Dairy, Poultry, Local Food Systems, and Food Safety and Security. And he's on the Subcommittee on Rural Development and Energy, of which he is chairman. He is on the Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Communications, Media, and Broadband, the Subcommittee on Consumer Protection, Product Safety, and Data Security, and the Subcommittee on Oceans, Fisheries, Climate Change, and Manufacturing, and the Subcommittee on Surface Transportation, Maritime, Freight, and Ports. He's on the Committee on Rules and Administration. He's on the Committee on the Judiciary, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Competition Policy, Antitrust, and Consumer Rights, the Subcommittee on Federal Courts, Oversight, Agency Action, and Federal Rights, the Subcommittee on Human Rights and the Law, the Subcommittee on Immigration, Citizenship, and Border Safety, and the Subcommittee on Intellectual Property. And he's on the Joint Economic Committee. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors over his career. At the top, lawyers and law firms, who altogether have donated $698,506. Next is retired, who altogether have donated $675,346. Next is health professionals, who have donated $655,578. Next is leadership PACs, who altogether have donated $549,751. And fifth is real estate, who altogether have donated $530,793. Now, let's go ahead and look at his top 5 individual donors and contributors over his career. At the top, number 1, we have J Street PAC, the Political Action Committee arm of J Street. And they are a nonprofit liberal Zionist advocacy group based in the U.S. whose stated aim is to promote American leadership to end the Arab-Israeli and Israeli-Palestinian conflicts peacefully and diplomatically. And it was incorporated on November the 29th, 2007. Its PAC is the first and only federal PAC whose goal is to demonstrate that there is a meaningful political and financial support to candidates for federal office from large numbers of Americans who believe a new direction in American policy will advance U.S. interests in the Middle East and promote real peace and security for Israel and the region. Altogether, it has donated $131,341, and once again, that's J Street PAC. Next, at number 2, we have Laborers Union, and their full name being the Laborers International Union of North America, sometimes just stylized as capital L, lowercase I, capital U, capital N, capital A, exclamation. It is often shortened to just the Laborers Union and is an American and Canadian labor union formed in 1903 and as of 2017 had about 500,000 members, about 80,000 of whom are in Canada. The current general president is Brent Booker, who was appointed general president in 2023, and there are 9 regions across North America. These regions are further divided into 500 local unions. One region is in Toronto, Canada, and is led by Joseph Mancinelli. Local 183, which is the largest construction local union in North America. Altogether, they have donated $90,500, and once again, that's the Laborers Union. Next, at number 3, we have the Operating Engineers Union, their full name being the International Union of Operating Engineers, and it is a trade union within the U.S.-based AFL-CIO representing primarily construction workers who work as heavy equipment operators, mechanics, surveyors, and stationary engineers, also called operating engineers or power engineers, who maintain heating and other systems in buildings and industrial complexes in the U.S. and Canada. It was founded in 1896 and is currently represents roughly 400,000 workers in approximately 123 local unions and operates nearly 100 apprenticeship programs. Altogether, it has donated $84,819, and once again, that's the Operating Engineers Union. Next, at number 4, we have The Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Union, its full name being the International Association of Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Workers, sometimes just written as SMART. It is a North American labor union headquartered in Washington, D.C., which was chartered by the AFL-CIO in 2013, the product of a merger between the Sheet Metal Workers International Association and the United Transportation Union. It represents over 210,000 sheet metal workers, service technicians, bus operators, engineers, conductors, sign workers, welders, and production employees, among others, throughout the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Canada. The Transportation Division, which has offices in Washington, D.C. and North Olmsted, Ohio, represents employees in Class 1 Railroad, Amtrak, and Regional and Shortline Railroads, bus and mass transit employees on some 45 transit systems, and airline pilots, flight attendants, dispatchers, and other airport personnel. The division's 500 local unions organize conductors, brakemen, switchmen, ground service personnel, locomotive engineers, hostlers, and railroad yard masters, as well as bus drivers and mechanics. Members of its sheet metal division design, manufacture, and install their own products. Employed in a variety of occupations, from architectural sheet metal work to fabricating, installing, and servicing HVAC systems to shipbuilding and railroad work, they use specialized tools to cut, roll, bend, and shape flat pieces of metal into ductwork, airplane wings, car bodies, refrigeration units, and building facades, among other products. SMART's Sheet Metal Air Rail Transportation sheet metal members complete a 5-year apprenticeship program that combines on-the-job training and classroom construction. SMART also offers specialized training and certification programs to journeymen and journeywomen. The union is governed by a 17-member General Executive Council and General President serving as chairman, a transportation president, John Presovich, 11 general vice presidents drawn from one of the previous Sheet Metal Workers International Association, and 5 general vice presidents drawn from SMART's Transportation Division. The General Secretary Treasurer, Richard I. McLeese, serves as Executive Secretary. The union is structured around 9 departments organizing production, Canadian affairs, government affairs, communication and research, education, jurisdiction, legal, and railroad mechanical and engineering for shipyard and railroad members. Altogether, it has donated $83,000, and once again, that's Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Union. Finally, in 5th, we have the National Association of Realtors. They are an American trade association for those who work in the real estate industry. And as of December 2023, it had over 1.5 million members, making it the largest trade association in the U.S., including its own institutes, societies, and councils involved in all aspects of the residential and commercial real estate industries. The organization holds a U.S. trademark over the term realtor, and it also functions as a self-regulatory organization for real estate brokerage and is headquartered in Chicago. Altogether, it has donated $76,500. And once again, that's the National Association of Realtors. Now, let's go ahead and look at the donors at a glance. Industry-wise, lawyers, law firms, retired, absolutely wonderful. Health professionals, okay. Leadership packs, boo, suck. Real estate, individually. J Street pack, boo, suck. Laborers Union, absolutely wonderful. Operating Engineers Union, absolutely wonderful. Sheet Metal Air Rail Transportation Union, absolutely wonderful. National Association of Realtors, okay. Yeah, not bad. Not the best I've ever seen, but not bad. I like all the unions. Yeah, just, you need to get away from, I mean, at least it's J Street, which is better than APAC and some of the other groups dealing with Israel, but still, you need to back away from them and just, like, look, you're supposed to do what's right, what's human, what's correct, and APAC is everything against that. Period. Anyway, this has been a look at Senator Peter Welch, who is one of the 2 senators for the state of Vermont. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.